Rawr. I hope I said that right. Here we go. Hi, I'm Angified. I started Angified Presents.
We share the love of music.
It has been medicine and therapy. Nothing else worked.
It has saved many of us. With mental health, we need to open our eyes.
Hurt people hurt people.
We ask that you listen, comprehend, and relate with your ears.
Form that heart of unity and one.
We share on this stage.
Statistics, feelings.
And ourselves.
We stand with the belief to be you, to be heard, and to be original.
We all may be different, with opinions and beliefs.
At the end of the day, we are all brothers and sisters.
We are family.
We ask that you join us in a magical journey with artists from around the world. Open your minds, let in the love,
and listen with your hearts.
We all want a better tomorrow. Be one.
Communicate and look out for one another. And then, and only then, will you find the world.
We will find peace in all the world.
You'll find the world. And you will find in this shining world. He was among us in every boy and girl. Many have been broken, red hearts turn black. Love will melt the ice and turn it back, and you will find the world. You will find the world. You will find the world.
Hi, this is Aaron for Bandlab, and we're going to look at how you can start a simple idea with the Bandlab mobile app, then use the mix editor in your browser to expand on a concept. The Bandlab mobile app allows you to start tracks in a variety of ways. You can import audio tracks, use your device's mic to record your own voice or any other sound, play virtual MIDI instruments, jam with loops, or even use a guitar or bass guitar input. Let's play a simple beat to show the process of recording and saving a drum part in the mobile app. I select MIDI instruments and choose the drum category. This gives us a huge library of drum kits to choose from, but I want something heavy, so I select the 808 kit. Once we've selected a kit, the project is created and the drum pads appear. But before we start playing, I'm going to turn on the metronome so I can have something to play along to and set a suitable tempo for the project. To do this, I tap the settings button. I turn on the metronome by tapping its icon. Then I tap the minus icon and reduce the tempo to a more laid-back 95 BPM. Now I'm ready to record, so I return to the project. Because we're going to edit the project later in the browser app, I don't have to worry too much about getting an amazing performance. So I'm just going to hit the record button and start playing. I finish recording by tapping the record button again, then tap the upload icon, which gives me the option to save or publish. I tap save, then enter a name for the project and tap the tick icon to save. Now the project is saved in the cloud and we can bring it up in the mix editor in our laptop browser. The beat starts on bar 2, so the first thing I'm going to do is drag the bottom left-hand corner of the MIDI clip over to the right so that it starts at the beginning of the recording. The beat lasts for 4 bars, so I'm also going to drag the bottom right-hand corner of the MIDI clip back to the start of bar 6. Now the MIDI clip is a neat 4 bars in length, and I drag it to the left so that it starts on bar 1. Next, I double-click the MIDI clip to open it. We can see that the beat isn't perfectly aligned to the grid with timing variations on the notes. The further the note is from the vertical beat grid indicators, the looser its timing is. So let's turn on the metronome and hear how the beat sounds. I want the kicks and claps to have rock solid timing, so I select all the notes with Command plus A for Mac or Control plus A for Windows and click the quantize button. Now when we play the beat back with the metronome, it sounds perfect. We're done with the metronome now, so let's turn it back off. This beat could use some hi-hats, so let's add some close hi-hats on 8th notes. We can spice things up by turning snap off in the view menu, then using quantize in 16T mode to snap the hats to triplets. When I'm done, I turn snap back on. We can copy this out to the following bars by selecting the hats, holding Alt, then dragging them over. Now that I've fleshed out the beat a little, I want to give it some flavor with a sample from a Bandlab loop pack. I click the Loops button to bring up the loop browser. There are thousands of free samples available in Bandlab, so let's use the search functions to help us find the right sound as quickly as possible. I'm going to select the hip-hop trap tag in the genres menu and the keyboard tag in the instruments menu. I can audition samples by clicking on them. Rock Guitar Phil 02 has an old school flavor, so I'm going to drag that into the project. This sounds cool, but I want to add some new school flavor to the mix. I'm going to deselect the tags and this time just select ARP from the instrument menu. All Night ARP 2 sounds cool, and when we drag it into the project, Bandlab automatically time stretches it to the correct tempo and pitch shifts it into the correct musical key too. There you have it, the basis for a hip-hop beat made in minutes with Bandlab. We could now import a vocal track by simply dragging it into the project, or we could record a vocal ourselves with the mobile app, or in the browser app using an audio interface and mic, or your computer's built-in mic.
It's been a minute. I love you all. Hey, so it's your Aunt No. I know a lot of things about the world, and there's some things I don't know. No, seriously, I got a question.
Profound depth with your Aunt No.
This is a question for my 30-year-old, 20-year-old friends. What is up with birthday cake flavor? And when did it start? Because, first of all, I don't know about you, but my birthday cake was never yellow and like squishy and had sprinkles on it. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a birthday cake at someone's birthday party that was yellow and squishy with rainbow sprinkles on it. I mean, we had Carvel ice cream, we had chocolate cake, we had cheesecake, we had lemon meringue pie. Like, when did birthday cake become a thing? Is it just like a picture? Is it just like because that looks like what the birthday cake pictures look like? Or did people actually have a lot of birthday cakes flavored like that? That's my first question. I'm very confused about this situation, and I'm hoping someone can help me with it. Thank you very much. Because honestly, like, is this just another lie? Is this just another lie that's being forced down our throats? Because I'm sick of the lies. Like, it's just babble. It's just babble, and it's just causing confusion. It's like we think this is birthday cake. Sprinkle cake would be a more appropriate name for it. Birthday cake my butt. Or maybe rainbow sprinkle cake. Or rainbow vanilla cake. Or sprinkled yellow cake. Thank God for patchouli. Oh, Lord, help me. Look, we might not ever be able to drive in a driveway and park in a parkway. You know? The Babylon's already messed that up. We can't change it, but we can stop the new things from happening before they happen. You hear me, people? And just, 10 years they've been doing this? You tell me. This we might be able to nip in the butt. Birthday cake in general is, a lie. Why are we stuffing sugar down our throats for our birthdays? Our birthdays should be filled with green juice. I'm just sick of it. That's my thoughts of the day. I don't know what you all think. Sorry to sound like such a pessimist, or not a pessimist, cynic. What's it called? I don't even know what it's called. And no things. Especially what's a no-no, and birthday cake flavor is a no-no. No. Now, at first, I just saw it in ice cream. I just saw it in ice cream everywhere. And then it started to creep into other foods. And, the tip of the iceberg is, just the other day, I saw it as an oatmeal flavor. And I was like, this is too much. What happened? I saw it also as, a vegan cookie flavor. And it was what happened? Did the yellow cake sprinkle companies, or were they overstocked, and they called the cereal companies and the ice cream companies, and they're like, hey, we need you to push our birthday cake flavor. We'll call it birthday cake so that everyone will have it on their birthday, not just, no one's buying this yellow cake. So we'll make it a holiday. And maybe they will. I don't know what happened, but it confuses my little brain. Please share your thoughts below. But seriously, we need to stop this. Next thing you know, we're going to have birthday cake flavored coffee. We're going to have birthday cake flavored almonds. Everything's going to become a birthday cake, and then what's going to happen? We're going to put candles on it and blow it out. This world, we have to stop it. No more birthday cake flavor. Who's with me? And actually, now that I put up a stink about it, you know that they're going to, add to it. Okay, chocolate birthday cake flavor. Okay, cheesecake birthday cake flavor. It's never going to end. It's never going to end. Yeah, no needs to go. Good luck out there in the Tower of Babel. I'll see you next time.
That's a bubbling.
Hey, Chris Liepe here with Michael Jackson, Ghosts. Now, some of these sessions that I get are condensed or summed or stems, and some of them are every last thing, including stuff that didn't even make it to the final mix, like alternate vocal takes and stuff like that. This is one of those sessions. We've got click tracks and time code and vocals that I'm pretty sure, unless they're mixed really low, are not in the final mix. We have Michael Jackson muttering before he has the lyrics down, or maybe he's just warming up or something. I'll let you decide. Super cool and enlightening. We also have, so many layers for the percussion. When you listen to that, what sounds like a loop, and it is loop stuff for the most part, going at that beginning, and you listen to the kick drum and you listen to the snare, you don't think about it being 6 or 7 different sample layers all put together. I certainly didn't, but it is. I'm able to do stuff like this on this channel because this is an education channel. And what I do with these videos, particularly these Michael Jackson videos, falls under fair use. I strongly suggest that right after this video, go listen to the whole regular mix of Ghosts, and you'll be able to appreciate even more some of the Easter eggs and insights that you'll find in this video. I teach people how to sing. These videos can teach you a ton about what's possible with your voice. But my free singing course helps bring a comfortable way to learn about what your voice can really do. So click that link below and join my free singing course. All right, let's get into this. So as has become the norm, I'm going to start with the instruments, and then once we've got a good feel for all those different layers, I'll move on to the vocals. This is super cool, though. Time code. Ugh. Don't want to hear that for too long. Back when they used to record exclusively to tape, they used to daisy chain or sync tape recorders together so that you could get more tracks going all at the same time without having to submix. And so they'd sync these together with time code, and it's super cool to have that in the session. And then we have a click track. This sounds like a modern click track. Now check out all of these drum layers. We've got that sound. We've got this layered. Then, listen to the way the pitch is, right? It's not quite bass, but you have these. This is a pitched riff that I wouldn't have heard. Do 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 do. Ah. Then listen to all these different snares. Okay, so I recognize that one, right? Like that snare for sure. But you take this Yeah, it's missing something, but you don't know what's missing until you don't have it all, right? So I'll keep building these sounds. So not only are the sounds layered differently. Oh, it's so cool. But the parts are just a little different. Now, I've experimented with my own music doing stuff like this, like having 5 different snare samples and each part being a little bit different. It's so cool to see an arrangement like this validating, in a way, some of the things that I was like, well, it just shows you that there's no rules. And when you're thinking creatively and you're thinking about, oh yeah, I want this sample that's pitched a little bit differently than this sample. I remember, back in the day, I used to use a program called Reason, and they had this thing called Redrum. And so I'd program all these different loops and samples, and I'd have tons of snares. And you'd have this sort of snare melody going on. I love the fact that I'm seeing in one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs the same thing happening. Hope you guys get the same sorts of encouragement. So if we clear all these, and then just listen here. Sort of compressed sound. See, it's different enough. Really interesting. Oh, and the reverse. Oh, just that one. Yes. Each one, it's like you don't just have one sample and EQ it. You layer and you create this depth with all of the different sounds. So fascinating. There's more. Just that? Nuts. Some claps. Okay, putting them back together. There's your riff. There's your percussion riff. All together now. Maybe not quite all together. Yeah. Wow. I love that I can pan them any way I want to also. Oh yeah, more claps. That's cool. Almost sounds like breathing in there, right? Let's listen to that just by itself. Oh, wow. Not breathing, but... Oh. I wonder what... Yeah, just lots of... I love building it like this, track by track, too. Cool. Especially for the reverse. Neat. Now that's not complete, right? That this low frequency oscillator, I think is what they call it, or ring modulator. That's cool to hear. these are individually done parts. That's what's so interesting. So cool. That's the prominent one. Now, if you listen here, it's so multifaceted. You have that sort of broken up sound, that really shrill, and then you have this lower sound there. Almost sounds like a bass line. So interesting. But, combining that with not the time code, but it gives me shivers. Go later on in the song as I build it up this time. It's just just so fun to hear all of the different individual parts. In a normal sort of stems setup, it would have just all been like squashed into one thing, right? Like, oh, there's all the percussion. But it's like 20-some tracks of just, multiple snare layers, the reverse snare, the more electronic sounds, the more organic sounds. Yeah, we know those. Oh, some more percussion. Neat. That's so sick. That's cool sounding. I love that. Love it. Another click. Interesting. Another different sense. Interesting. Are those the same? No, there's some definite... They separated them out into the lower string section and the higher string section. Interesting. Huh, so there's the sum of the percussion that I was talking about. So it had the sum as well as all of the individual parts. I prefer the individual parts. Incidental percussion, that's pretty cool. Now we get to dive into the vocals. And as I said, it seems like there are different parts that never made it to the final mix. I just have to let you listen. It's so interesting. So we've got this to start with. Interesting. And if you listen really carefully, we can hear like conversation going on in the background. I don't know what that's about. It's cool to hear, though. I mean, this is like a time capsule back to the session.
Okay.
I mean, so cool just to hear these sorts of little incidentals.
Okay.
And then if you listen to this right here.
As it goes up in the jar, and it goes up in the bed, I look down upon the sink, and I look down upon the stairs, and it's floating in the walls, and the comb in the sea, and I fall upon the sea, and I fall upon the sea. Don't understand it. Hey, they don't understand it.
This is how it's done. Those are not fully formed lyrics. I don't think. Maybe he was just warming up or something, but you hear stories like this all over the place where you've got a song that's not really there, which comes first, the lyrics or the melody or the lyrics or the song or whatever. And it's so cool to hear this. And then he goes into it later, but he had certain parts that he knew he wanted to hit, and then he was just filling in with mumbling. Amazing. From the very, very best of all time, mumbling because the lyrics aren't quite fully formed. That's powerful for our own creativity. Moving on with Michael's mumbling.
On a dollar day, on a dollar day, on a dollar day, on a dollar day, on a dollar.
I'm so glad we get to hear this stuff.
On a dollar, on a dollar, on a dollar, on a dollar, I don't understand it.
Amazing.
Hey, don't understand it.
You know what I also think is there's a lot of bleed here. I feel like, and a lot of times when you're laying down scratch tracks and stuff like that, you are doing it without headphones on, and you've got the speakers pointed at you out of phase, so you're not getting too much bleed into the microphone. I wonder if that's what they did here, because you can hear an awful lot of the sounds.
On a dollar, on a dollar day, on a dollar day, on a dollar day, on a dollar.
So cool.
On a dollar, I don't understand it.
You can hear him lean into the mic right there. That's pretty neat.
On a dollar, I don't understand it. Hey,
Lean away.
don't understand it.
Oh, didn't give it there. Huh. Ooh, talking. I like talking.
I didn't go higher.
I think go higher. I think that's what he said. Yeah, he's just like working things out. Wow. We got to hear that. I wonder what's the rest of this. Is there any material? Ooh, there is. When we boost it up, there is stuff there. What's Wow. This is like the special features on the DVD or the stuff that was resurrected that nobody knew we had. Now, these two tracks are the same, even though this green one has a bit more amplitude. And by the same, I mean, I think they're the same. Well, I'm almost positive they're the same performance, but the waveforms still look different. So if I solo them together,
Hey, don't understand it.
there's not that doubling thing that happens, right? But clearly the waveforms look different enough.
Heck there. Who gave you the right to sing my fair?
I think that he was double mic'd, and that's not uncommon, and was not uncommon for that to be happening here, or for that to be happening in a Michael Jackson session, period. It's neat that we have both mics. They do sound a little bit different, but when you put these together, this is why I don't think when you put these together, you don't have that like doubling looseness that happens. It's the same performance, but they sound a little different. So you have the mic here and then you have the mic here or whatever, and they react a little bit differently to its dynamics. So as we listen to this performance, I'm just going to choose one of them. I might bounce back and forth a little bit for different sound, but let's start with this one. The yellow.
There's a ghost out in the hall. There's a ghoul up under the bed. There's something in the walls. There's blood up on the stairs. And it's floating through the room. And it's nothing I can see.
And this track, I've mentioned this on some other Michael Jackson videos that I've done. His vibrato is much more of a tremolo. See, as opposed to see. The pitch going up and down versus the amplitude going up and down. See, really exaggerated, but that would be a tremolo. See, as opposed to see. Now, I can't really pull off that tremolo type vibrato. I sound weird, and it feels weird. It feels very unnatural, but it was very natural for Michael.
Because now it's haunting me. I don't understand it.
Ooh, just leaning into the grip.
Hey, I don't understand it.
Listen to that wonderful squeak out of Understand It. Where he sighs. He has a very gritty, wonderful chest voice note and then releases into that sigh. Things to try with our voice in our own comfortable range, in our own areas that we are proud of in our voice. Can we sigh out of notes? Good questions to ask.
Ow!
Yeah. I love hearing stuff like that. Mic's on. Hear that hum back there?
Thumping in the floor.
Let's go there.
There's a creak behind the door.
Different mic.
There's a rocking in the chair. But there's no one sitting there. But nobody has one found. Round. And the don't understand.
I stand corrected. Some mumbling. There. So this must be the comp.
Round. And the don't understand it.
Do we have the vocals for the actual take? That's really interesting. Do we have a gap?
Has one found. Round. And the don't understand it.
Weird. This session doesn't have that final comp where we have those. That's kind of cool and kind of disappointing.
And I don't understand it. Hey, don't understand it.
We have an extremely rare that includes hum in one of the mics, incomplete version of Michael's ghost performance. Very interesting and surprising.
Heck there.
Yeah.
Just who gave you the right to scare my family? And who gave you the right to scare my baby? She needs me. And who gave you the right to shake my family tree?
That's how imprecise the pitch is. It's so neat.
You the right to shake my family tree. You put a knife in my back, but it never been me. Tell me how you the ghost of jealousy.
Let's see here.
You the right to shake my family tree. You put a knife in my back.
Same performance. Love the tapping of the foot. Let's bring in some of these here.
And who gave you the right to break my family? And who gave you the right to scare my baby? She needs me. And who gave you the right to shake my family tree?
Ooh, that's super cool. Turn those down a little bit here.
To scare my baby, she needs me.
What about these?
To hurt my family. And who gave you the right to hurt my baby? She needs me. And who gave you the right to hurt my family? Put a knife in my back, shot a never been me. Tell me, are you the ghost of jealousy?
Are these present somewhere in the actual final mix?
And who gave you the right to shoot my baby? She needs. And who gave you the right
So
to
interesting.
family? And who gave you the right to hurt my baby? And who gave you the right to? She needs me. And who gave you the right to?
Yeah. Neat. So much to explore.
And who gave you the right to break my family? And who gave you the right to kiss my baby? She left me. And who gave you the right
so
to
loose.
shake my family tree? And who gave you the right to hurt my baby?
So what it looks like is we might have like some sums and then some isolated tracks.
The right to hurt my family. And who gave you the right to hurt my baby? She left me. And who gave you the right to shake my...
Yeah, it's fun to hear this, but I have trouble with the fact that some of this stuff that I can't square with the mix that I know. I'm hearing things that I don't think are in the final mix, and I'm not hearing other things like this. Like those little da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-ba. I don't see those anywhere in the session that I have. So someone needs to clean up their sessions.
My baby, she needs me. And who gave you the right to shake my family tree? You put a knife in my back, should have never been me. Tell me, are you the ghost of jealousy?
Interesting to hear those doubled with that particular soloed arrangement I have there. Huh. Ah.
Put a knife in my back, should have never been me. Tell me, are you the ghost of jealousy?
Super interesting. Unlike some of the Michael Jackson sessions that I've opened up, I didn't go through and really censor, or like I kind of wanted to be surprised on this one, because when I got the files, it was like 50 some tracks. I was like, okay, this time I want to just sort of go exploring and have you experience the exploring at the same time. And I'm actually really glad I did that, because this is incomplete. But it also has things that I've never heard before. So that's super fun. I mean, if you want to listen to the full song, just go listen to the full song, which I'm going to do right now. Be sure to check out the playlist of lots of other Michael Jackson multi-track session breakdowns that I've done. And again, if you want to take your voice to another level and really explore what it can do, click that link below and join my free course. We'll see you for more.
There is music in your eyes. There is beauty in your soul. There is light inside your mind. And there is peace wherever you go. There is music in my eyes. There is beauty in my soul. There is light inside my mind. There is peace wherever I go. There is music in my eyes. There is beauty in my soul. There is light inside my mind. And there is peace wherever I go. There is music in my eyes. There is beauty in my soul. There is light inside my mind. And there is peace wherever I go.
Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? You got a nice life. You got a nice wife. You're working hard for your money. You got to save to survive, but the gas prices never cease to rise. Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis?
At Golden Jobs, that's where you'll find me 3 to 5 on Saturdays. somewhere over the rainbow. Skies are blue and those dreams that we dare to dream really do come true. They come true. They come true.
Alligator, 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 take a wild crocodile crawl into the creek. Alligator, 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 see you later, alligator, confidently meek. Spirit medicine, lessons we begin. Time and synthesize when we be alligator in. Alligator Everglades, Charlie, Floridian, a flying penguin escapades through every meridian. Totem mammals visit us in every dimension. A modem map and animals like Jasper, obsidian. Alligator, 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 take a wild crocodile crawling through the creek. Alligator, 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 see you later, alligator, confidently meek. When you're stuck in muck, you're not out of luck. Be with alligator, validator of the greater grin, lurking in the brush. You're not in no rush. It's a greater way to train your satyr to be alligator, 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 alligator. Dream your dreams and calmly follow through. Be courageous as you know that you have the strength and wisdom to do what you do. You're secretly in control. Spirit's got this message for you. Oh, oh, yeah. Alligator, 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 take a wild crocodile crawl into the creek. Alligator, 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 see you later, alligator, confidently meek. Alligator, 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 take a wild crocodile, rest into the peace. Alligator, alligator, now we're eating indicator. See you later, alligator, catch and don't release. Yeah, do 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 do. And if the meal's not ready, don't take a bite, 'cause you know that it just won't taste right. And if the love's not ready, don't force your moves. Just wait it out and you'll choose when to follow through. Slide in the swampy, muddy pond, hiding in the swampy, muddy pond. Slide into the swampy, muddy pond, hide into the swampy, muddy pond. Pop your eyes above the water and your snout and wait, wait, wait it out. Alligator, 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 alligator. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Alligator, 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 alligator. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Your words are very subtle. Your home is in your puddle. Simple, straight ahead intent can slow down like a Juliet. You're tranced out for days, not depressed or lazy, just meditating, marinating, ready for the next phase. And you can go a year without eating. Talk about patience. You got the medicine we're needing. Alligator, alligator.
paying no mind to distractions, focusing on your own attractions, staying close to the comfy ground. No need to look far away to be sound, trusting your own innovation. You feel the gooey mud sensation. Your eyes an open invitation, camouflage illumination. And if the meal's not ready, don't take a bite, 'cause you know that it just won't taste right. And if the meal's not ready, don't take a bite, just let it marinate. Alligator, 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 take a while, crocodile crawling to the creek. Alligator, 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 see you later, alligator, confidently meek. Can you be more subtle? Can you ease into your words? Can you find your hiding place as your obstacles erase? Do 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 do. Synthesize an Everglade, yeah. Do 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 do.
Yo, I am Eumonic. All sounds have frequencies, and they aren't inherently good or bad. When you put them in context, that's when certain frequencies can sound good or bad. And that's where equalization comes in. Using the multi-filter effect in Bandlab, I'm going to show you what equalization or EQ does and how you can use it to make more music. The multi-filter effect in Bandlab has 8 different filters baked in. Low pass, high pass, band pass, low shelf, high shelf, notching, peak, and all pass. I haven't even used an all pass filter before. It has to do with phase relationships, something that we're not concerned about in this video. Now there's also 3 controls. You have the frequency, which in Bandlab ranges from 30 Hz to 12 kilohertz. The Q, or the quality factor or Q factor, which changes the bandwidth of that filter. Some filters don't have a Q, and then the gain for that specific filter. Hopefully this is gonna make sense here soon. Yeah, that was a lot of passes, shelves, cues, and such. Let me show you 5 helpful ways to use filters when you're EQing your tracks. To start, I have a low shelf on these drums. This will give us a little boost in the lower frequencies in the bass. These drums are a little thin, so around 250 Hertz, 200 Hertz, and that'll help bring up the low end with a low shelf. It's common practice to use a low pass on sounds that don't need high frequencies because it's only going to allow the low frequencies to pass through, hence low pass. For example, a bass, if I want to tame some of those high frequencies, I can use a low pass filter. It may be difficult to hear without headphones or big speakers, but as you sweep through that frequency, it's cutting off everything above that and only allowing things below that frequency to go through. Now on the flip side of that, you may have a track that doesn't need any bass, so you use a high pass to only allow those high frequencies to pass through. Now, depending upon what track it is, you may want to adjust that frequency to keep some of that original sound, but remove the frequencies that you don't want. Next up, I have a high shelf filter on this synth because I want to add a little bit of sparkle. I like how a lot of these filters are named because they kind of explain themselves. Low pass, only the lows will pass. High shelf, it's like a shelf and you're just putting the highs on a shelf. Anyway, lastly, I have a peaking filter on this xylophone, and I often use peaking filters to notch out certain frequencies and then also emphasize other frequencies. Now, I said the word notch. There's also a notch filter in here, but it doesn't have a gain control, so I like to use a peaking filter because you can adjust the gain for that specific frequency, and you can change the Q or the bandwidth of how much frequencies are affected around that center frequency, adjusted by this knob right here. Now remember, frequencies aren't good or bad. It's all good, and you get to decide what sounds good to you. Make sure you're subscribed here for more Bandlab tutorials. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, hit the link in the description to check out my channel. Now, you know what to do. Make more music. Peace.
So you've had some really good practice sessions. You're making huge progress on a certain aspect of singing. And then you start to decline. You start to feel like you're working against yourself. Those sensations that you were able to get progressively better and better and more freely, you're not able to get. What's going on? You had it and now you don't. You're losing it. You're working backward. Not working backward.
Phew.
As you start to progress and have victories as a singer, remember to regularly take a step back mentally before your body forces you to do so, and revisit the sensations and victories that got you to where you are. If you're doing this proactively, your body won't do it for you.
First ever tutorial video, as you know, as you probably read from the title. this one's gonna be my first ever fucking dope music video made in 10 minutes type shingamabobsit what's it doodah. Anyway, yeah, no, if you haven't yet, give it a like, give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's bounce on into the show. If you're having a beautiful day, let me know down in the comments, and yeah, let's get this shit going, eh? Alright, let's get started into this shit. First up, what you would want to do is open up your web browser. Once you're in your web browser, you would want to go, www.musicvid.org, I just got it like up here as a quick little thing. It will take you straight to this page. From there, all you gotta do is scroll down onto here and you'll find your different templates. There's all sorts of different templates here. Like, look at that, look at that, look at that. Now my favorite one, the one I'm gonna show you, is a circle spectrum. I might do a tutorial for the other ones. Just let me know in the comments if you want a tutorial for the other templates as well. Well, this is the one that I like the most, so this is the one I'm gonna do. All you gotta do is load that baby up, choose a motherfucking song that you want, in the background. If you got one of your songs that you want to upload onto YouTube, I've gotta find the downloads now. There we go. This one's very, very good to show you guys how to actually use this one, because as you see down here in the little bar, the more bumps you got, the more lines you got, the more reactiveness you're going to get with the video. I find the more that's colored in, the better you are for making a reactive video. And that's okay. Like, sometimes you're not going to have as a reactive song. Maybe that's just like the volumes in your song. Maybe you got to go back into Bandlab and turn up the volume or turn down the volume. There's different volume adjustments to make to help out with this, but it's nothing too drastic. It's only for like if you really want to get touchy with it. You don't have to. I haven't done it. It's only if you really, 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 really want to get finicky with it. Anyway, this is supposed to be a 10-minute video. Technically, you could make this in 10 minutes. Technically, you could make this in 30 minutes. It depends on how much time you want to put into it. Say you want to put 10 minutes into it, you could just theoretically grab a fucking random fucking picture, We got here. Did my emus load? No. Oh yeah, there are my emus. There we go. And the images on here, this is probably a bad example, they're gonna be reversed. So if I get SpongeBob, see? He's kind of like reversed. He's kind of doing this weird little flip thing. So you gotta find the right picture for you that's not gonna be so fucking weird. See, I like this one reversed because it's like, wow, it's all trippy and shit. Then you can change the scale. So if I change it to a 2, it's gonna change the picture. It's gonna change like all sorts of I think it just changes like the reverse scale. But like, yeah, you can get all sorts of trippy looking shit. So we'll leave it on that one for now. You can also oh wait, there you go. Move it up and down. Do as you do. Move it left and right if you really want to. And what I wanted to show you down here is a brightness reactiveness. Brightness reactiveness. So I'll turn that down. And you'll see, once I turn up the brightness reactiveness to a 9, you'll kind of see this light popping up in the background with the beat. Alright, maybe if I change this to a 1, you'll see you see it a lot more now, can you? It's a bit fucked up now. But if we change that maybe to a 0, it will actually work a lot better on that dark background. So once it gets back into a bit over here, you can actually see it reacting a lot more. And there's all this other weird shit you can play with there. That's the background. You can also change the particles. Do you want more particles? There's more particles. You want different color? There's a different color. But what I like the most about this is you can change the speed. So what kind of speed is your song? Try to match the speed of your song. And you can change the reactiveness, so then it'll make them kind of, the particles will kind of bounce with the rhythm. And it's really cool. You can also change the size if you really want. I like the smaller ones, in my opinion. You can change the spectrum, which is that little thing here, this trippy thing here you see here. You can change your field, which you'll see the difference. See that? Now it's all lines and shit. That's the stroke one, and then this is the fill one. You can play around with that. You can change all these different fucking things, like the width and the height and the fucking length, and they'll just change where the fuck it will go, but sometimes it'll disappear completely like that, and you gotta turn it right down. I find the lower the numbers, the better. Except for the height scale, you can just yank that right up, and then we've got to find a bit of the song that you can play around with this in as well. You're in a bit of the song where it's all kind of like spiking around, so you can actually play around with it nicely. You can change the smoothing so it goes in and out like quicker or smoother. There's all sorts you can play with. There's a glow, like legit, there are so many things you can play off of that. Then you got the emblem, which is that little thing in the middle. You can make it invisible, so you can just show the background, you can show the image you got, or you can have yourself in there. You know, you can choose the image. Go over here, and there you go, you got a little image of me there. You can change the image scale, you can make it really big, you can make it really small. There's all sorts you can do. You can change the colour of the image. There you go, see? There's all sorts you can do here. Go nuts. Well, I'm not the most creative motherfucker, but I'm sure you guys will find something amazing. And then once you're all done, once it's all finished, just go to export, you just name it, you know, you want 60 FPS, and then you do this one, start encoding. It'll do this, it'll show you like, yo, if you want, could you like give us some support? You don't have to if you don't want to, but they'll appreciate it. You export it, and then it'll take you to this page, and when that's done, you'll have your video. You can just chuck that on YouTube. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes. You thought that was the end of the video. Guess what? It ain't. Make sure you liked, subscribed, and watched my other videos that are uploaded on YouTube. They will show you what you can really do with, you know, this app, this website, this whatever the fuck you want to call it. But you know what? It is for you guys. Like, this is what I want this whole channel to be. I'm gonna get all this fucking information that I've found throughout the internet that helps us independent artists get fucking heard, get where we want to be, get and do what we want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, for some of us, this isn't a job. For me, this is a hobby. So, we're not making money off of this. We're putting our money into this so then we can keep doing what we love. I just want to be able to help you guys do that, because that's all I've wanted to do. And, you know, so I'm going to be another one of those motherfuckers who steps up into the food chain and gets like, yo, this is what we gotta do. This is how we gotta do it. And you don't have to like do things by like how I say them, but they're just gonna be little pieces of advice. Little pieces of advice that I'm gonna just handball to you guys so you guys can use it. Like, it's not just for rappers. It's not just for, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's how to build yourself as like a brand, because music is a whole fucking thing. If you want something out of it, there's a whole spectrum of shit, and I will dabble into it, but yeah. Till the next one, guys. Have a good one. Ciao!
Because sometimes people don't have confidence, even though they should, because they do so many good things. But sometimes the people that do good things, it doesn't, like, you don't get it back right away. You just got to trust that it does all come back to you at the perfect time when you need it. That's what the song is about.
Just because the money's not there, it doesn't mean your dreams are just air. Life's bizarre and life isn't fair, but you can still dream and you can still share. It all comes back to you. The circle, guess what it's full of? It's full of you. Your energy, oh, your synergy. It all comes back
That's right, to you. Just because your lover's not there, well, it doesn't mean you're stuck in a chair. Cause life's bizarre and life isn't fair, but you can still love and you can still care. It all comes back to you. The circle is full of you. Your energy, your synergy, it all comes back with you on track. It all comes back to you. All stocks, all trades, it's true. You're deeply into this investment. Nothing less than cosmic lessons. Now that your world's come full circle, well, be your best, stretch through that ego to your truest essence. It all comes back to you. So let me tell you, pay attention, fear no tension. Be direction, feel suspension, dare I mention contemplation. It's okay to feel deflation and feel elation, then feel rejection and be reflection to your affection for your mission. Give permission to yourself to deeply listen. Hey Sambon, what's up? And just because your fame is not there, it doesn't mean you're stuck in a chair. Cause life's bizarre and life isn't fair, but you can stand up and you can still share. It all comes back to you. That's not underwear, that's a bikini. The circle's full of you. Your energy, oh, your synergy. It all comes back with you on track. It all comes back to you. All stocks, all trades, it's true. We're deeply into this investment. Nothing less than cosmic lessons. See, now that your world's come, like that G minor, full circle, be your best. Stretch through that ego to your truest essence. It all comes back to you.
Hi, this is Mike from Bandlab, and in this video, we're going to look at how to make pitched trap hats in Bandlab. You can open this project yourself with the link in the video description, and if you find this guide useful, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be the first to know when new videos drop. Making pitched hi-hats for trap is easy in Bandlab thanks to its sampler instrument. I'm going to start by setting the project tempo to 140 beats per minute, though I'm going to leave the project key unassigned for those that want to fork the project and add their own music. The first element I'm going to add is an 808 drum kit, and I do this by clicking Add Track, selecting Virtual Instrument, then setting the instrument to drum pads, Ultra Fat 808. I'm going to make a straightforward trap beat with this kit, including a placeholder hi-hat part. I add closed hats on eighth notes for 2 bars. I then add snares on the 3rd beat of both bars, with an extra snare on the 4th beat of the 2nd bar. I also add kicks on the 1st beat of the bar and the 2nd beat of the 2nd bar. I duplicate out these 2 bars for the rest of the 4-bar clip. To duplicate notes or clips in Bandlab, select them, then hold Option on Mac or Alt on Windows and drag them over. I set this track to -6 dB to give me more headroom to add other elements to the mix. This trap beat is fine, but the hats aren't too inspired, so let's funk them up a bit. I select all the closed hats and delete them. I add another track, this time selecting Sampler. Sampler is ideal for playing back one-shot samples, and we can find plenty of these in Bandlab Sounds. I open up Bandlab Sounds, click the One Shots tab, and enter 808 hat into the text search field. This gives me a wide choice of samples to pick from. An 808 hat one-shot WC hip-hop is perfect. I drag this onto the first sample pad in Sampler. As before, I add hats on eighth notes. However, this time I'm going to add some hat rolls. I delete the hats on the last beat of the first bar, and on the last eighth note of the second bar. I want these rolls to play on 32nd notes, so I change the view grid size to 132. I then replace the deleted hats with 3-note rolls, like so. This sounds cool, and we can make it more interesting by making these rolls pitched. In Sampler, I duplicate the hat sample onto the second and third sample pads. This works just like duplicating a note or clip. I hold Option on Mac or Alt on Windows and drag it over. To get the pitched hat effect, we adjust the pitch parameter of the samples. I set the second pad's pitch to 3st, which pitches the pad up 3 semitones. I set the third pad's pitch to 1st, which pitches it up 1 semitone. We can hear how these different pitches sound by clicking the pads. So we can play our hat sample at 3 different pitches now. For the most part, I'm going to leave the hat playing the original pitch by keeping it playing pad 1. However, I'm going to change the pads that are played on the rolls. In the MIDI editor, I drag up the second and third notes of the first 2 rolls so that they play the second pad. Let's hear how that sounds. Now I drag up the whole of the final roll so that it plays the third pad. That's just the effect I'm looking for. I change the view grid size back to smart and duplicate out the hat part so that it plays the whole of the 4-bar clip. Naturally, you can use this technique on other sounds. Let's quickly look at how we can make a pitched 808 bass line. I make a new sampler track and set it to -3 dB. In Bandlab Sounds, I enter 808 into the text search field. And drag 808 Tacoma into the first sample pad. I duplicate a copy of this onto the second sample pad, and set the version on the second pad's pitch to 7st. I then sequence the first pad to play on the first and fourth beats of the first bar, and the second pad to play on the fourth beat of the second bar. I duplicate this out. However, there's an issue. Listen to what happens on the bass on the third bar. At the start of the third bar, these 2 kicks are playing at the same time, and it's creating an effect I consider to be undesirable. I can avoid this by setting both pads to gate mode, which means that they both stop playing when their MIDI notes end. Another way to achieve this effect is to put both samples into the same group. Only one sound from a group can play at once, which is useful when you're working with open and closed hat samples. You can fork this project and make your own version of it using the link in the video description. Have fun!
Hi! How's everyone doing today? Hi, Diane. Thanks for the hearts and flowers. You're the best Valentine ever. Real breathing. Is your tailbone breathing? I love life. I love life as you love life. I honor your deepest creation in this life. And I encourage you to love yourself and be yourself for the highest good. So, are you breathing? Is your heart beating? Isn't that a freaking miracle? You are alive. Do you love that? Do you love that you're alive? Can you feel that miracle that you are? Oh, don't mind me. My hair really needs a good washing and conditioner. You guys, today is August 17th, 2022. What is it that you've been putting off that you really want to do? You might not want to do it, but when you finish it, you're going to feel so good about it. You know, like washing the dishes. You're going to be like, I had to do that, and it's finally done, and I feel more complete, more filled up, more accomplished. Well, hopefully just doing this class will help to give you the energy to just rock on with all of your accomplishments. And I think the first thing to recognize is how much you've accomplished right here, right now, today. What have you done today that you didn't do yesterday? You woke up, it was a new day. You had something to eat. Maybe it was healthy, maybe it wasn't. You took some deep breaths. Some people never take deep breaths. Let's do it right now. Couple more. One more. Maybe you talked to someone new today. Maybe you, I don't know, saw the sun shining, had a little dream come true. Can we get a sigh? Can we get a moan as we breathe in? Can we emote? Can we move that energy with a sound? Welcome to Qigong. Welcome to Aviva Sings Out. We are raw. We are real. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do it at your own risk. Because you just might feel so happy that you don't want to come back down to the mundane, to the constant worrying, to the constant being afraid. Because you're high up on the mountain. You don't need to be afraid of what's going on below you. Because you're above it, right? Do you feel cozy where you are? Do you need to set your environment? Do you need to make your space? Do you need to make boundaries? Do you need to tell your friends, your loved ones, hey, I'm doing Qigong for the next hour and a half. Leave me alone. Or rather, you want to do it with me? And if not, please respect that I cannot take any phone calls or texts or emails or conversation during this time, because this is my time to focus on me and my recovery from whatever it is, even if it's my 1 cup of coffee today. So, speaking of recovery, the theme of today, let's pay attention to our breath. Let's pay attention to our heartbeats. Post-COVID care. Lovies, a lot of you. And this, it can mean a couple of different things. It really does mean, different symptoms that you still have after you've had it and addressing that. But it could also mean like just post-pandemic, like post-traumatic stress, like dealing with that. But today's class, we are going to focus on some of the biggest complaints that people have after they have COVID. And we're just going to address those areas and tonify those organs that are often targeted, like the lungs. Some people say that they still have a little cough that hasn't gone away, which could be lung issue. And it could also be postnasal drip issue, which we addressed last week, hardcore. Also, people talk about headaches, and they talk about like the connection between the neck and the head, which we're going to work with today. Oh, one of my favorite places to massage. So I'm going to state that intention one more time, loud and clear, and then I welcome you all to state your intentions for class today, what you might want to do. So my name is Aviva, and my intention is to be here for all of you today and to address some post-COVID symptoms and what Qigong moves might help with that, as well as the post-COVID stress. So what are your intentions today, beautiful, beautiful people? And while you think about your intentions, I am going to get some flying penguin lullabies going over here. So we've got our 432 hertz relief going on. And do remember, I have several videos on my channel, like relax to this, and where I just stream my lullabies over and over again. So if you want to listen to them for an hour and you don't have them downloaded and you just want to listen for free, then feel free to go onto one of those YouTube videos. And you know what? While I'm waiting for your intentions, I'll find one of them and I'll post it. Yes, to de-stress. Here you go. And I'll even add it to this description, so it's automatically in our Qigong videos. And this one has the light show, which is pretty awesome. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, what are your intentions? Larry's intention is to de-stress today. Any other intentions? And feel free to keep those intentions rolling in even throughout class. All right, so let's breathe in our intentions. Release anything in the way. Breathe in our intentions. Release resistance. Breathe in your intentions. And release. Breathe in your intentions. Release anything you don't need. And breathe in your intentions. And release resistance. Breathe in your intentions. And release attention. If you've released the tension, is it an extension? That doesn't make any sense. Then it's an extension of the tension, being an extension. So if you take the tension in, that makes it an intention. This is so confusing. I'm taking my socks off. All right, we're gonna start with our third eye mudra. All the fingertips together. Connect with that third eye. Why? Why connect with the third eye? Because your intuition. It's very important. Sometimes we can't see with just our two eyes. Sometimes we really need that third eye to see. I think that's something that the third eye helps with when you think with that third eye, when you see with the third eye. What you're doing is you are looking at yourself through the eyes of love instead of through the eyes of ego. So we're going to put all the fingertips together. You know what? Before we do it, we'll do the cross-eye, third eye exercise, where we bring these two fingers up side by side, and then we cross the eyes until we see a third finger in the middle. And that creates a connection to your third eye. It creates a connection to seeing something that isn't there and creating something that isn't there. We'll do that 3 more times. Look. Release. Look. Release. One more time. Good. Okay. All the fingertips together, connecting with that third eye. Let's just hum a little bit. I know this is the throat chakra mudra, but we're gonna go hum. That's okay, Jabring. We're doing the intuition mudra, and we are saying the mantra while the seed sound is just kashum. Kashum. You can always share the intention anytime throughout class. It's never too late. Kisham. Kisham. Kesham, 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 Kesham. Kesham, Kesham. Good job, y'all. We're going to do a simple tapping head massage now. Jabri's intention is to be here with you today, and he's relaxing now. He'd like some attention to his legs and feet today. I think you mean attention, A-T-T-E-N. And he's used his magic gel. So if you guys don't know what magic gel is, it is this incredible stuff that is linked below. It's with a company called Asia. And I might have one left that I can sell at Golden Drops this Saturday, which, by the way, is my birthday power show. So come and show me some birthday love if you want. And anyway, I'll show you the magic gel here in a minute. I used it on my poison ivy here that I got because I wasn't wearing long sleeves and my gloves ended there. And that, it's been just a week. It popped out on Monday, so it's already gone, which is pretty good. Tap, tap that brain. Open up that forehead. We got 4 heads. Did you know? Wow, this feels so good. I don't want to stop doing my forehead, but go anywhere over your head, like the whole skull. It's good. So this back area, the upper back until the head is like the bridge. It's like a really good area to do the tapping. Okay, see, we are naked with our hearts. No egos, we are spirit. That's the meaning of naked Qigong. I explain it in the naked Qigong video. And, you know, people might be naked out there. I think it's healthy to be naked. I'm not saying to be dirty. I'm just saying, you know, the nudist concept is about not having stress on the body, not having the stress of clothing, not having the toxins of clothing, and not having the stress of ego, of having to look a certain way. And that's what this class is about. It's very free-spirited, very much about not worrying about what you look like, not trying to look cool, just being real, just being naked. Not being like, look at me, but let's just all be real, you know? The Qigong energy is about de-stressing from expectations and greed. And when you're greedy for love and when you're greedy for fame, then it can create a lot of vibrations in the body that are harmful and stressful. And it can take away from the loving and healing vibrations that you have. I'm really sorry. I wish I could be naked, C, but I would get punished by YouTube. It's not allowed, so I don't know why you would expect there actually to be nudity, because this is YouTube. They don't allow nudity on YouTube. All right, so after you've done a lot of tapping on the skull, do some massaging. Now, if you do actually have a headache, then you might not be able to stand the tapping. So you might not even be able to stand the massaging, but just do what you can. And you don't have to. You can also just hold your head with some chi. But we're basically doing like a full skull, like just giving our whole skull some love right now. Oh, I feel so good. But yeah, I hope you try some of these moves, see, and like it helps you. It helps your energy level or your stress level. Wonderful head massage. Get into it. Remove the layers of stress on your skull till it's nude with life energy. And then rub around the ears. Okay, so now for my favorite points, they're called occipital points. They're right at the base of the back of the skull. And if you slide your fingers on either side of your neck and then they land on the head, that's pretty much the occipital points. And you're basically just going to do little circles. You're going to rub those points. And if you want, it might be easier to just do one at a time. So let's just do the right side. Oh, it opens up my breath. By the way, I keep thinking about teaching a belly dance class, but I'm gonna have to charge for it because I would be demonetized because I'd be using other people's music. So if you're interested, let me know and we'll set it up on Zoom. So I have a Patreon, see, and I have BitChute and I have Rumble, and belly dance will probably be Zoom. Okay, keep on doing that right side. Mine is like about to release. Whew, my goodness. All right, other side. Left side, occipital point. Here we go. Where the neck meets the skull. Oh, that feels so blissful, doesn't it? So euphoric. Wow. That just about made me pass out in a good way. So relaxing. I'll feel any relief from that? And you know, I have to look this up for sure, but I'm pretty sure all the acupressure that we do is also very healing for our connective tissue. Our connective tissue gets dry and sticky when it's just not in good health. And I feel like doing massage and acupressure really helps that connective tissue to stay supple and moving. Like good rubber. Okay, so now we're going to do the 2 points next to the nostrils. We did this with post-nasal drip. And you'll notice that there might be a lot of tension there if you just had a lot of sugar. So soda, but just gently let your fingers kind of sink next to either nostril. You might feel a rush of heat or cold, and that's totally normal. All chi feelings. You feel it opening? Very good, very good. And we're going to do the cleansing of the lymph on the neck. Open the right hand into a V, bring it around the left neck, slide down till you swallow, and rub that shoulder. And 2 more times. And 1 more. And the other side. Two more times. Something fell. I'm going to go check on that. Hold on a second. I think it was just my neighbors. Okay. So we've done neck stuff. But the other thing, like we can always do for the brain, is the humming, the singing, the mantras. Let's just hold the back of our heads. And just kind of like gently hold those the heads, and just kind of like say to your brain with your thoughts, I love you, brain. And smile on your brain. This is a very soothing thing to just rub gently the back of your head, almost like you're holding it. Say, I love you, brain, and the brain smiles back at you. Feel your brain smiling on you as you're just gently holding the back of your head. With either hand. Very soothing. Just giving yourself this support. Just reminding yourself that you have your back. Just holding your head. Nice and easy. You can play with your hair in that area. Smile on your brain. Feel your brain smiling back at you. Just holding that back of the head. Good. Okay, now we're going to focus on the rib area. Some people have had damage even to ribs from coughing so hard. So we're just going to gently rake, is what I call it, with the fingers. We're just going to rake across the upper ribs for a moment. If it starts to turn a little red, that's that connective tissue being pinched and healed. It's like, it almost feels like pinching when your connective tissue has kind of gotten shrivelly but when you spread it out, it helps that connective tissue kind of lubricate and heal. You know, and if there's redness, it just means like this is a really good thing for you to do. You might want to consider doing it every other day or at least once a week, maybe even every day, because you have a little bit of recovery to do there. And you know, you might not have had COVID, but if you've ever even had the flu, or this is good recovery just for daily stress too. I'm just gonna go deeper with the thumbs now. Rib by rib. Holding points when you get to them. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to do something really weird. We're going to bring our hand up and we're going to massage the underarm. Okay? So we're going to start just at the bottom here where it kind of connects with the ribs. So that's a really important spot. Do you feel that? Do you feel the tension there? That's where the lymph is being accessed, the garbage dump. Like basically your lymph node, which is under your arm, is like the big garbage dump. So if you go like right at the bottom of it by the ribs and it's tense, that's because it's like there's a bunch of garbage that was headed to the garbage dump and it got stuck in traffic and you need to help move it along because you don't want garbage that's supposed to be in the dump to be in other parts of the body because that's what causes disease. So you want to gently glide it up towards that lymph node. Ow! All right, 5 more times. Whew. Wow, that is intense. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing from above. Not too hard though, because there's like awkward muscle things going on there. Nice and gentle. And then just hold a point at the very bottom of the underarm. Just acupressure point, just nice and gently. Hold that for 20 seconds. And now we're going to place the whole hand on the underarm and squeeze, activating that lymph node. You're gonna squeeze and release. A few more times. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. One more time. Get the emotions out that might be stuck there. Very good, my friends. Hydrate. You've got some toxins moving around. Do you feel a little energy lift? Do you feel like you just got rid of some kind of mucogens? Mucogen aliens? All right, other side. Tickle, tickle, tickle. This will help relieve ticklishness too. Okay, so we're gonna start by doing the upward motion from the ribs to the underarm. Nice and slow. Just going up the side of the ribs. 2. And stay, not going to the center. Like, you don't want to press in the center of your underarm. That's kind of like a weak spot. You want to be on the border of it. So you just kind of gently. Oh my god, that's so intense. Glide the finger up. It's probably even more intense if you wear a bra. I don't wear bras. I think they cause way too much constriction in your lymph, especially underwires. I wonder how much clothing is related to the kind of diseases people get. Like they say women are more prone to certain things, but maybe it's because of the clothing that they wear, not because they're a woman. Or maybe high heels cause certain issues. You can do a study with transgenders and see if they are now in the statistic of woman issues. Whew. And vice versa. One more time. Oh, okay, now from the top. Music, stop. We need more music. Good. I wonder if this one is going to play ads or not. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got an ad. Let me see. All right. I should have gotten rid of the videos now. I mean, did I say the advertisements now from this video, except the very first one? Oh, here we go.
Enter the threshold to the fourth spatial zone. All
right, you guys hear that? All right. All right, so we've done really good. Now we're going to just do the lower ribs. We're going to do the raking like we did up here. And of course, guys, you can go past the chest too, but it's a little bit harder to do that as a woman. But as a woman, you can just do the areas. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Like in between your breasts, that is good to just kind of press that sternum right there and like feel the fingers start to spread, spread it out. So it's like my right fingers are pressing towards my right, my left are pressing towards the left. And I'm just pressing that. And that's really going to be opening up those lungs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm going to go back up. We'll do that area a couple times before we do the lower ribs. Do you feel that tension there? Do you feel the tension with the acupressure points? That's all toxins that are built up in that lung area that you need to get rid of. Just massage is an incredible healer. The ancient knowledge of medicine included massage, diet, and all kinds of other things. And that was basically eradicated from our textbooks because of lobbyists. We need to get that back in there. It's common sense that diet affects your health. Come on, people. If you were a car and you filled your car with water instead of fuel, unless it was a steam car, and the car breaks down, are you going to blame the car? Or are you going to blame the water? See, it makes no sense that doctors aren't asking their patients more about what they eat and aren't recognizing that, yeah, eating sugar fucks you up. Go up and down a couple more times. And this area is also really good, obviously, for heart issues, to open this up, because when we start to have heart issues emotionally, this is the area that starts caving in. So just getting in here and opening it up is so freeing for any kind of heart pain you might be feeling, like loss of a loved one, either grieving their death or grieving a breakup, like getting stabbed in the back, getting cheated on. This area right here in your heart, opening that up is so healing for all of that. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me. Oh, wow. We can just do this for an hour, can't we? It's already 2:30. It's already been an hour. Well, 15 minutes. I was a few minutes late. Man. It feels good to open up that breathing, doesn't it? All right, so now under the rib cage, we're just gonna do that. And so, like, we're not going down the belly. See, the belly, you can feel the bottom of the ribs, and then the belly starts. We're not gonna like rake the belly with it. We're just gonna go to the sides where the ribs are. And we're gonna go all the way down. That tickles me, to the bottom rib. One of the reasons why we have tickle spots is because we have tension there. It's because we have something trapped there, either an emotion or a physical tension. So the more you get massage, the easier it will be for you to not be ticklish and win a tickle contest. The more relaxed you are. Well, it only started a few minutes late, and Wednesdays I actually teach another class right after this, so I might even actually have to end it a little bit early because I gotta get ready for the next class. And I eventually might start teaching Wednesday's class at 12:30 instead of 1:30. I do love the 1:30 time in so many ways. Like, I love it being like after lunch, but this girl is getting a little busier. So we gotta make room for other things. Yeah, just run your fingers between those ribs nice and gently. All the way down. All right, so now I'm just gonna run across the back of the ribs, nice and easy. You're gonna rake from the spine, from either side of the spine, all the way around to the front. Sounds good, little bro. So yeah, that is a really good one. Bringing your hands on either side of the spine. You can go all the way down to the tailbone and then all the way up to however high you can reach, which is not that much for me, like maybe like right in the back of the belly button. So I do like 3 positions basically. And the more heat you feel or different chi feelings, the more you know you are really releasing something good. Congratulations. You're doing so good. And thank you again for being here. I'm just going to do a couple more. This is so intense. Okay, good. We're going to get out of our chairs now. So take your time, wiggle your way out of it. Prepare yourself. And we're going to stand. And I'm going to move my chair. Ow! I just stepped on a plug. What are you doing there? That was a surprise. Just appeared out of nowhere. So the other thing me and a lot of other people are post-COVID dealing with is grief. I'm still in the shock phase from people dying, you know, and not being able to go to the funerals or not even having funerals yet. You know, it's just a crazy time to be living. You know, it's like a war, as I say. So now we're going to link the thumbs together to do this exercise. It's a great lung exercise. Now, in Chinese medical theory, some of you might not know the theory if this is your first time, but every organ has a pair, like a yin-yang pair, like a little partnership, little marriage, and they work together on very similar meridian lines. So whenever we work with the lung meridian, we're also working with, does anyone know? I'm going to get more to drink as you guys look up or try to remember the answer. What is the pair for the lungs? I'll give you a hint. The lungs are the yin organ. So which is the yang organ? No answers yet. All right, it is the large intestine. So some of you guys might know people who have told you that massaging this area is really good for headaches. And this is the lung large intestine point. There's one acupressure point that's here for the lungs and the large intestine. So we'll just give that a little rub before we get into the big stretch. The final stretch here. It's not the final one. We'll do some more. And you can even like squeeze a little bit up the whole thumb. Give the thumb a little squeeze. It's just so cool, the whole Chinese puzzle piecing. It's like if you have different pains in different parts in your body, it could actually symbolize or indicate that the organ has an issue. And it's sending that vibration all the way up the meridian to all the different parts of the body that where the meridian lives. And it's saying, help me get this toxin out of my meridian. Make my meridian feel better. Make me feel better. All right, so we link these thumbs together, and basically what we're doing when we do that behind us, is we're basically kind of touching those two acupressure points when we do that. So I like to even kind of like push it in a little bit of a way together. I feel that activation. And then what you're going to do is like make a nice wide stance and bend over completely. It's really hard for me to do it in this small space. I will get my studio together too. And your donations are helping so much. Thank you. Okay, so we're bending over like that, see? And I want you to breathe 3 times, nice and deep. You're going to breathe in deeply. Expand the breath to every cell of the body and slowly let the breath out. Let it out every cell. 2 more times. Good. Now, if you have dizziness when you bend over, don't do it. Like if you have issues with blood pressure. But if you don't have blood pressure issues and you just kind of feel a little lightheaded, what you can do is put the tongue on the roof of your mouth towards the back when you bend over, because that connects your yin and your yang channels, which is why some say babies suck their thumbs, because they're trying to feel that connection again. But you can feel that connection by just sticking your tongue up there, and it creates a circle. Okay, so now we're going to do more stretches, and we'll go back into that stretch in a minute. But we're going to stretch the meridian out in another way. And that's by opening up the arms into a V, bringing one foot out. I wish you could see the bottom of me, sorry. And then bring it in, with a sound. Now when you do that, this leg that's standing, not the lifted leg, and you're just kind of lifting that leg up to the side like that. You can go on your tippy toes for a deeper stretch. Bring it in, back and forth. Okay, good job, everyone. We're going to go into that stretch again. Nice and easy. Don't bend all the way over if you have blood pressure issues. All right, link the thumbs and bend over. 3 nice deep breaths. Good. Come up nice and slowly, not as quickly as I did. All right, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. Okay, so that was like intense leg stuff. So we're just gonna do the leg part of the Wujigong. We're gonna bring our feet shoulder width apart, let the arms hang, hands face backwards, underarms are open. You're gonna lift that left heel up, bending both knees. You're gonna rotate that left knee towards the right. Just nice and easy. And the other direction. How you feeling? And bring that heel down, reach the other right heel. And bring the knee to the left. Yeah, I teach private classes, Jabri. I don't quite make money teaching these free classes yet, so I have to definitely be teaching private classes as well to pay my bills. So I am available for private Zoom classes in Qigong and all that stuff. And the other direction. And knees together, thighs together. Bend the knees and gently rotate to the left. And the other direction. Okay, now like a tree in the wind, you're just gonna rock back and forth with the feet. So being grounded is another very helpful thing post-COVID. Walking in the earth, getting those free radicals out of you, those antioxidants really help with that as well. But also that electric charge of the universe. And I am suspicious that chemistry that you have with someone, like when you hug them and you feel that chemistry and you feel the grounding, like that amazing hug we had, Jebri, when we first met doing drumming together, like that electricity is just as healing as the ground outside and as antioxidants. So 15 hugs a day. Get that nutrition, people. We need that contact. And so I'm just, I respect everyone's boundaries. Believe me, I am sometimes never in the mood to hug. And that's okay, you know, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I'm sometimes just, I don't want to hug. But I so appreciate huggers because I know that we've been afraid to be close to each other because of COVID, but hugs are so healing. Good day, Australia. Thanks for dropping by, Stephen. So what we're doing now is we're just bringing all the weight to one foot and then all the weight to the other. I don't think we can survive without hugs unless we do Qigong. Qigong, I feel, is very similar to the energy we get from hugging, and it's also very similar to the energy we get from grounding in the earth. But a human connection, human chemistry, sexual chemistry, creative chemistry, that feeds us more than people talk about. That gives us life energy because it just grounds us. It takes away stress, and it's so needed for human thrival. Not human survival, but human thrival. We deserve to be thriving. We deserve to be flying. We're capable of so much, and we're limited by our lack of communication and our lack of contact. And I think it's really important to look at your day-to-day life and think and analyze, what is my structure doing that could be limiting my ability to contact with people, that could be limiting my ability to really go deep into this human connection? Like, is there a structure that society sets up that separates us more than connects us? And how can I, as an artist, how can I, as an individual, create that connection, that synapse, like a neuron in the brain that isn't synapsing because a barrier has been put there? And who put it there, and how can I remove it? And is it all in my head? Hi, Amand. Yes, birthday weekend. I hope I get to celebrate with you. Back and forth, feeling your grounding. All right, so continuing this theme of post-COVID healing, we are going to activate the life energy with this next move, which is from the muscle tendon change form. We're going to bring our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to hold an invisible ball. This is like our life energy. This is like cooking a really good thing on the grill. And so we're going to bring it right below our belly button, which is basically what some people say is our fuel tank area, which makes sense. It's like where things are being brewed, where your blood is being made, your spleen. Your spleen is right here under the left side of the rib cage. Your liver is right here under the right side. And so together they're working to detoxify and create really good blood for you with the stomach that is digesting the food, right? Lower dantian area, sea of blood. So we're going to hold that ball right there, and we're going to wiggle it up, an imaginary tube. Okay, and as you do this, this is kind of like the icing on the cake here towards the end of class. You can feel all the progress that you made in your long rib area, and you can feel how much more open and inviting that is to this life energy as you bring it up above your head, and then just reach, reach, reach. Yes, yeah. You feel that release? I felt it. Okay, that was amazing. Before we do 2 more of those, I am going to put my Cash App here. If you are inspired to send me class or birthday money, I am very excited to receive it, and I am very grateful for all of you for being here today and sharing in this chi energy. So I already feel abundant in that energy, which is more real than any money can be on a energetic plane that we're all creating. So let's do this again. Feet shoulder width apart, bending the knees, holding this energy bubble right below the belly button near your spleen and liver and stomach, and then bringing it up. Feeling that suppleness of your ribs, the more open they are from earlier class. Bringing this up over your head, and then push. Nice and easy. Good. Excellent. I'm going to take a sip of coffee before we do the last one. Got my Four Sigmatic coffee here. They should sponsor me. Mushroom Sugar Lion's made heaven. All right, here we go. Last one. Feet shoulder width apart. Make sure they're in a good spot. And come up. Reach. Reach. Good. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now we're going to do some really awesome points here to end class. We're going to do our nice hot point right there, which is like a trigger point where so many muscles meet, where basically, you know, the shoulders tend to collapse. Like, instead of being like, I'm alive. So we're going to go in that area and we're going to push them back like that. Just start with the left side. Oh, that feels so good. Oh my God. Here's the cherry on top, y'all. How good does that feel? Last one. I know, I want to do more. Okay, fine, we'll do two more. Good. And now we're going to do the other side. Nice little twist here. Yes. Woo! A few more. Yeah. Good job, everyone. Now just pull the ears down. Open your mouth. Let's fix that connective tissue from all the gunk. Excellent job. Give me 5. Your post-COVID symptoms should be a little bit better now. Do it every day and you'll be like, heck yeah. Add the foot massage and you'll be like, heck yeah. I'm gonna go see if my special guest wants to say something. Hi, Kate, come out here. Do you want to say hi to my class? Do you want to say hi to everyone? All right, special guest is coming. While she comes, let's go ahead and bow out, thanking all the lineage holders, and all the teachers. We fill ourselves with gratitude and compassion and spread this out to the whole entire world. Hi. Oh, that's a good stretch. She came right towards the computer, saying, hi, everyone. Thank you for stretching your lungs and your heart. We love you so much. And we hope you have the best Wednesday ever. And that you feel relaxed and de-stressed. You're naked, Tiger. But YouTube doesn't mind. We're just gonna purr. We're just gonna purr till the end of class. Thank you again to my Patreons who are making this possible with your monthly donations. And to everyone who donates. Helps Tiger eat, right, baby? Speaking of which, let's go get her some food. Love you guys. See you see you Monday or next Wednesday or both, and see you live Saturday at Golden Drops Cafe. And if I get 500 subscribers before then, I'm gonna go live with a Sunday Night Live. Well, that would be after Saturday, but you know what I'm talking about. Please share this video. Please like it. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and please comment below and hit the bell button so you know when I'm teaching my next class or doing a live reading or doing a live performance or being live at all or releasing any video. Stay true to you.
Gotcha.